Hello there, YouTubers. Gonna try to take a video of the follow-up of the deck. Here it is right here, the log deck. I got the boards in. I haven't put the pins in there yet. There's the other one. It was a total cluster mess up. I had thought the boards were 12 inches high, but they are only 10 inches high. That's what it looks like. There's a log got on there trying to square it up, an ash log. This is the notch that I was telling you about in the last movie. When I cut this notch out here, and then for moving them over, I just put that in there like that. And that works real good. I got this thing on the tripod because it's so hard putting on and off the tripod because the little lever is messed up. Now this is a ash log here. It's down to 14 inches square. I would show making a movie of that, but it was so crooked and wobbly that I didn't. It takes so much time when you're by yourself for turning it this way and turning it that way. Now that one there, that's a pretty nice ash log. It's the bottom half of the one that's in there now. This is, I think it's about 16, 17 inches. Well, there's my hand, if you can catch that. Anyhow, but it takes so long to square it up because I do it by myself. I do it with a jack. And then I'm also my own off bearer. So I'll run one through, then run over. So generally, what I do is I'll get it into a can, I guess what they call it, into the four sides. Then I'll go over and get rid of the slab wood. And I'll show you how I get rid of the slab wood. Now, mine is the old little saw, ain't what the old saw like it was. It's a dull chain, but I don't really, not in the mood. I get kind of in a bad mood. You really can't see the mud that's here. I'm kind of getting, I don't know if it's a bad mood or a frustrated mood, but not a happy mood with all this mud. It just everywhere. But you got to get something done. I spend too much time in the house on a confuser anyway. So what I'm going to try to do here is show you just cutting up the slabs. I need to make this thing probably a little higher. Stay tuned. Or not. Like I said, you guys are gonna get seasick watching these movies from time to time. Making it taller so you can probably see it a little bit better. Still got a little bit of snow up here. I guess you can see it in the wobble around. All right, let's see if I can get in here and show you what I do. Let's see, we're about there. Now sometimes I mark the logs. Everybody sits there and, I measure them quite a bit. I have an old stick that came from a tank stick thing. It's light, it seems to be pretty durable. I hope it's in the camera. And so you go down there and you can mark them this way and keep on going down and mark them that way. But the slabs, I generally don't do that because it's just not really necessary. But for logs, I do that. I'm gonna check to see if you're still in the thing. Well, you're probably gonna want to turn your volume down a little bit because I'm gonna run a chainsaw and show you cutting them up. Mind you, I know the chain is dull, but that's enough for the noise. I didn't realize the saw was quite that dull, but I guess that's the way it is. I didn't really feel like sharpening it because the boards are so muddy. I'll just take it out with all the mud. Now I'll show you. That's got a pretty good stack of wood. Then I stack it in one of these containers here. I think that'll probably show it pretty good. And then it's good for, this is next year's firewood. I cut the slabs fairly thick. This one here is kind of thin. That goes to the junk pile. Stand them up here and they'll dry. This is ash. A couple reasons I cut the slab wood big, because then it comes off the sawmill generally in one long piece, which is easier to deal with than like those other ones that were the short pieces. But like I said, that was such a crooked log that you couldn't help but get short pieces out of it. This'll dump it in the boiler next year. It'll sit for a year with a lid on top. I just emptied it out the other day. Need some smaller ones. These are all right good size. Oh lordy, they ain't that light either. It's probably almost be split, but that ain't happening. I can stick another one down in there. One of the reasons that I measure my logs is because I put a lot of wood in these crates. Here's another spot. There's one. That's not good. It's got two cut edges next to each other, but it'll do for today. I'll put all the cuts down. If I do this, I try to keep up with the slab wood. It can get out of hand real quick, like real quick. Anybody's got a sawmill knows that. So you stay halfway on top of it, then you don't have the problem, I guess, as much. You always got the problem. I didn't realize that little saw had the blade on it was so tired. All it ever cuts is trash off the ground most of the time. It's a good little saw. I used to have an 0200. That's a 021 TC. I guess that means top saw. Nowhere near as good as the one I originally got. The reason I got the original one was it was the lightest chainsaw that Steel made. I didn't know anything about a top saw or this or that, but the power to weight ratio was better than any saw they had. So I bought that 200, and that was just a phenomenal saw. It finally got tired, so I bought this one. See, it's a top saw. It's real light. You can saw with it all day long on little stuff. I don't see the point in getting a big saw out for little stuff, because then all you do is get wore out. And I get wore out more and more on anything. That number one. Number two, if you have the little 12-inch bar, I think that's all this is, 12-inch bar, too tight. Yeah, that thing wouldn't even cut butter, I don't think. This, like I said, this saw's nowhere near what the 200T was, but it's so light you can just use it all day long, and you don't get wore out unless you got dull blades in it. But that's good for today. You've seen enough of my nonsense for today. That's another thing about these baskets. You close them up, and then when you're getting the wood back out, you can get the wood back out pretty easy. It'll hold that other big log, and maybe I'll sharpen the saw up and do that. Cut the other one. I'll show you how it does. This is We'll go around real quick. I don't know where the best place to be is to saw a log, and I don't know, one of the reasons that I didn't photograph sawing that is because I don't know exactly what I want to get out of it. I think you can zoom in. Hear the crow? That's 16.6 in length. I don't need but 15 foot, but then I can cut the trash off the ends. It's got a double crotch there. I don't know if this will show it or not, but it's got a double heart, I guess is what it's called. But I don't know what I want out of the boards that I need to get out of that one and the other one that's over here. There's all they have to do is be 15 foot long, and they need to be at least 6 inches tall, and they could go 1.5 to 2 inches wide. I'd prefer 2 inches wide. Is all they have to have is 2 flat faces. So the dimensions on it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. If you see on this saw, maybe I'll run around the other way. I should have done it when I was over there. I'll pick you up and move you over. We're up to 16, 17 minutes. Bear with me. See, the problem, to cut real accurate wood with this mill, I gotta zoom back out now. What's not good here is I got this much overhang. So once you get over here, just a fraction of an inch, like 10-20 thousandths, will throw the width of your board off. So it's not too good, and I got that off the bottom. That's one of the reasons that I started working on that other sawmill, and one of these days I'll get it up and running, but it ain't gonna be today. All right, over and out. You're up to 17.5 minutes. That's enough of nonsense. I hope to get that other log on, and I'll square it off and cut up the things, and then when I start sawing the logs out of it, then I'll start videoing that. Over and out. See ya.